Hey everyone, this is a very short video on how to clean and prepare chanterelles using the dry saute method. Chanterelles grow in areas where there's a lot of organic material, so when you pick them, they're generally very dirty. As you can see, pine needles and duff. Last thing you want to do after a day of picking is come home and spend half a day brushing dirty mushrooms. So I'm going to show you a technique. Chanterelles have lots of little hiding spots for material. This one here is full of pine needles. You're going to break them apart and cook off the moisture anyway, so despite what you hear, go ahead and just get in there under water and rinse that stuff out. Water is much faster and more effective than brushes. Just like that. Okay, these mushrooms have all been rinsed under running water just with my fingers and sorted. These are all high quality chanterelles. A good fresh chanterelle should be firm. It should be real tight and firm. If you get some that are kind of like this, where they're kind of flabby, and you'll know what I mean, they just kind of flop around like they're done. They've most likely been freezer or burned by a freeze, and they're no good. So throw those away. You want good chanterelles. Sometimes they'll come up and they'll get hit by a hard freeze and they'll just turn to goo on you. So I will discard these and dry saute these. I just wanted to demonstrate a technique that I use with chanterelles. It's called dry sauteing. I do not dehydrate chanterelles, and that's because I've had zero luck with reconstituting them. Their texture always comes out tough and leathery, so I do not dry chanterelles. I use the technique of dry saute, and then once they're at that point, they can be put into bags and vacuum sealed and frozen for at least a year, and they turn out great. They call it dry saute because there's nothing in the pan. It's totally dry over medium-high heat. No oil, butter, nothing. Just put your dry chanterelles right in there. They have a lot of moisture in them because we just rinsed them under running water. Plus they have moisture in the mushroom itself. And we want them to release that moisture. We're going to burn it off. And then they'll be ready to preserve. So this is what it's going to look like. You'll see them start to release their moisture. And when they do that, give them a quick little stir. Now you don't want to drop a dry mushroom into a scalding hot dry pan because it'll burn the mushroom and give it an off flavor. So put it in medium and gently stir them around until they start to release their water, just like they are now. And once they start that water release, then you can fire up the heat and cook that water off. There's been nothing added. That's just all mushroom water. At this point, some people panic, but nothing to worry about. It looks like you're making mushroom soup, but this moisture will go away quickly. It'll concentrate flavors, and the firm texture of the chanterelle will remain. And I've got the stove up on high, and I'm just cooking off this water. Okay, it's only been a few minutes and my pan is dry. So now you can go in with your shallots, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of butter. I like to use a little splash of sherry or Madeira. Maybe 1/4 cup chicken stock. Once again, all this liquid will reduce and intensify flavor. Okay, this has only been a few minutes since I've been away. liquid is starting to cook off. All of the flavors are starting to concentrate. What you didn't see is I added just a tiny bit of grated fresh nutmeg, and not much. You want it to be kind of a background subtle note with fresh cracked pepper. Once you hear that sizzle, you know that all of your liquids have left and all of that's remaining is the fat. And that's the perfect place to stop. Let these cool off, put them into vacuum sealed bags or freezer bags and freeze them. They'll last for a year. Take them out, and since they're almost finished, all you need to do is throw them in a pan just for a couple minutes, add your adjusted seasoning, and have them with anything you want. You can add them to your sauces, put them on top of meat, put them in soups, or serve them as a side, just on their own. Anyway, dry sauteing of chanterelles. Hope you liked it.